Hi dear, and welcome back to Timeless Wisdom. It's wonderful to see you here again. If you're over 60, like I am, you've probably noticed how all the things we've gathered over the years, gifts, keepsakes, or those I might need this one day items, slowly begin to fill our homes. Does that sound familiar? Trust me, I know the feeling. As we get older, our priorities start to change, and the last thing any of us need is the stress of too much clutter. That's why today I want to talk about 10 signs you might have accumulated more than you realize after turning 60. Don't worry. This isn't about judging anyone, it's about finding more peace, comfort, and freedom in your home. So, if you've been feeling a little weighed down or overwhelmed by all your stuff, you're definitely not alone. Stay with me as we explore practical ways to make your living space work better for you. And if you find these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. We're in this together, taking one small step at a time. Let's get started. Over the years, it's so easy to end up surrounded by things we never expected to keep. 1. Your garage is a storage unit. Over the years, you may wonder, how do we know when it's simply too much? The first sign that you might own too much stuff after 60 is your garage becoming a storage unit, not a shelter. Think back. Do you remember when your garage was meant for your car? It wasn't just a parking spot. It was a safe place to shield your vehicle from the weather. But for many of us, that purpose has shifted. Instead of sheltering cars, our garages now shelter forgotten items. Boxes of holiday decorations, sports gear we'll never use, and tools buried so deep we don't even remember we have them. If you're parking your car outside because the garage is packed wall to wall, it's time to take a closer look. Start by asking yourself, when was the last time I used this? Does it still serve me? Dedicate a weekend to sorting things into 3 piles: keep, donate, or toss. Don't hesitate to let go of what's broken or unused. A clear garage isn't just about having room for your car. It's about creating space for peace of mind. Letting go of the clutter can feel like a breath of fresh air. And trust me, you'll thank yourself later. 2. Tidy up time. Feels like a marathon. Let's move on to the second sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one hits close to home for many of us. Tidy up time feels like a marathon. Do you ever feel like, no matter how much you clean, the mess keeps coming back? Maybe it's the grandkids leaving their toys everywhere, or those little piles of things that just seem to multiply on their own. For many seniors, the act of tidying up can feel endless and exhausting. But here's the truth. The more things we own, the harder it is to keep our homes in order. When every surface is covered and every drawer is stuffed, even a quick cleanup can feel like running a marathon. But don't worry, there's a way to break the cycle. Try what I like to call an evening reset. Set aside just 15 minutes at the end of each day to put stray items back in their place. It's quick, it's manageable, and it can make a big difference. If even that feels overwhelming, it might be time to take a closer look and ask yourself, do I really need this many things in every room? Reducing the clutter can make tidying up not only easier, but less stressful, leaving you with more time to relax and enjoy your home. 3. Money slips through your fingers. Let's move on to the third sign that you might own too much stuff after 60. This one's not just about clutter, it's about your wallet. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, where does all my money go? As seniors, we're often more mindful of our spending, especially when we're working with a fixed retirement income. But if you look around your home, the answer might be staring back at you. Those decorative knickknacks, duplicate kitchen gadgets, or impulsive shopping spree items. All of them add up over time. It's easy to justify small purchases in the moment, but over the years those small expenses can become a big financial drain. And let's be honest, how many of those items actually improve your daily life? Here's a pro tip I always follow. Before buying something new, ask yourself 2 simple questions. Do I really need this? Will it truly add value to my life? By being intentional about what we bring into our homes, we not only save money, but also keep unnecessary clutter at bay. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about prioritizing what truly matters. So take a moment to reflect and start spending on things that bring joy, not clutter. Cleaning feels like a full-time job. Does it ever feel like dusting, vacuuming, and organizing take up more time than they should? As we get older, household chores naturally become more physically demanding, but the real culprit might be the sheer amount of stuff we're trying to clean and organize. The more you have, the more there is to manage, and that can make keeping your home tidy feel like a never-ending job. Here's a simple decluttering hack to lighten the load. Start small. Pick one hot spot in your home, maybe the coffee table, your kitchen counter, or that chair that's become a catch-all for clutter. Clear it completely, then carefully decide what deserves to go back. Only keep what's truly essential or brings you joy. Once you've tackled one area, celebrate that small win. Each step you take reduces the time and effort it takes to maintain a clean home, leaving you with more energy to enjoy the things that really matter. 5. Grandkids expect gifts. Let's dive into the 5th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one might make you think twice about what you're passing down to the next generation. The grandkids expect gifts every visit. Spoiling the grandkids is one of the great joys of being a grandparent, isn't it? But what happens when they start to expect new toys, gadgets, or little trinkets every time they visit? While giving gifts can be a wonderful gesture, it's worth asking yourself, what message am I sending about the value of stuff? Here's a different way to show your love, one that creates lasting memories instead of clutter. Instead of giving them something new to take home, share an experience. Bake cookies together in your kitchen, take a walk in the park, or sit down and tell them a story from your childhood. These moments become treasures they'll carry with them for years to come. Not only will this shift make visits more meaningful, but it will also help you resist adding even more items to your home. Remember, it's not about the things we give, it's about the time and love we share. 6. Home doesn't feel like a refuge. Now let's talk about the 6th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one is deeply personal because it affects how you feel in your own home. Home doesn't feel like a refuge. Does your home feel more stressful than peaceful? When you look around, maybe the clutter on the dining table or the piles in the corner leave you feeling overwhelmed. For many of us, a cluttered environment can quietly chip away at our sense of calm, making it hard to truly relax. But here's the thing. Your home should be your sanctuary, a place where you can recharge and find peace. If the thought of tackling the whole house feels too daunting, try starting with a calm corner. Find a small, manageable area in your home, maybe a cozy chair by the window or your bedside table, and clear it completely. Keep it clutter-free and make it your dedicated spot to unwind. Add a soft blanket, your favourite book, or a cup of tea and enjoy the simplicity of a serene space. When you create even one peaceful corner, it's amazing how much lighter you can feel. And who knows, that calm corner might just inspire you to reclaim the rest of your home. 7. Always rearranging, never resolving. Let's move on to the 7th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one is all about recognizing when organizing isn't the solution, constantly rearranging, never resolving. Do you ever feel like you're caught in a cycle of organizing and reorganizing, yet things never really feel in order? Maybe it's your kitchen cabinets, the linen closet, or even the garage. You tidy everything up only to find yourself back at square one a few weeks later. If that sounds familiar, here's a hard truth. It's not just about organizing, it's about owning less. There's an old saying that really hits home here. If you need to buy stuff to store your stuff, you have too much stuff. Instead of finding new ways to shuffle things around, focus on reducing. Start with one category, like books. Pull them all out and then decide, which ones do I love? Which will I actually read again? Let the rest go. When you focus on owning only what truly serves you, you'll spend less time rearranging and more time enjoying the space you've created. After all, life is meant to be lived, not spent endlessly organising. 8. Dusty corners, forgotten items. Let's move on to the 8th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one is all about those forgotten corners of your home, dusty corners and forgotten items. Take a moment to think. When's the last time you used that pasta maker sitting in the back of the cabinet, or the exercise bike that's become a coat rack? What about that pile of craft supplies you haven't touched in years? If you're like many of us, your home probably has items collecting dust, quietly taking up space, but adding no value to your life. Here's a simple solution. Try the 12-month rule. If you haven't used something in the past year, chances are you don't need it. Be honest with yourself. Are you really going to pull out that old gadget or start that long-forgotten project? If not, it's time to let it go. Remember, it's not about feeling guilty for what you've accumulated. It's about creating a home that supports your current stage of life. Freeing up space by letting go of unused items will leave you with a lighter, more functional home and less dust to clean. 9. You've thought about decluttering, but haven't started now. Let's talk about the 9th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one hits close to home for many of us. You've thought about decluttering, but haven't started. How many times have you thought to yourself, I really should declutter, only to feel so overwhelmed that you don't even begin? Trust me, you're not alone. The idea of tackling an entire house full of stuff can feel like an impossible mountain to climb, especially when you're not sure where to start. But here's the good news. You don't have to do it all at once. The hardest part of decluttering is taking that first step. Start small, just 10 minutes a day is all it takes. Pick one drawer, one shelf, or even just one corner and focus on that. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every little bit adds up, and before you know it, those small wins will snowball into something much bigger. So take a deep breath and start where you are. You don't need to finish everything today. Remember, decluttering isn't a race. It's a journey toward a simpler, more peaceful home. And your future self will thank you for every step you take. Always searching for lost items. Finally, let's explore the 10th sign you might own too much stuff after 60. This one can be frustrating and, unfortunately, all too familiar. You're always searching for lost items. How many times have you misplaced your glasses, car keys, or the TV remote? If you're spending valuable time every day hunting for essentials, it might not just be forgetfulness. It could be the clutter. When our homes are overflowing with things, even the most important items can get lost in the chaos. Here's an easy fix. Create designated homes for the items you use most often. For example, place a small dish near the front door for your keys, a basket on the coffee table for remotes, and a drawer in the bedroom for your glasses. By giving each item a consistent place, you'll save yourself time and reduce unnecessary stress. The best part? These small changes make a big difference. Once everything has its own spot, you'll find it much easier to stay organised and keep track of what matters most. It's a simple step toward creating a home that works for you, not against you. As we finish up, let's remember that decluttering is important, especially as we get older. Having fewer things isn't about missing out, but about creating a home that supports you, gives you peace of mind, and helps you focus on what truly matters at this stage of life. It's also a thoughtful way to make things easier for your loved ones, with less to look after and more space for meaningful memories. If you're ready to start, just pick one spot, set a timer for 20 minutes, and begin sorting. Donate what you no longer use, recycle what you can, and keep only what truly adds value to your life. Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Take it at your own pace, one step at a time. If this video gave you some inspiration, let me know in the comments which area you'll tackle first. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, and share this video with anyone who could use a little encouragement. Let's keep simplifying together, one day at a time.